What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, consider subscribing, hit the thumbs up button, make sure you don't miss out on any new uploads we do. And before we go on with this video, I do have my facial mask here. It's just super difficult for me to breathe in that. I feel dizzy at times, so I'm just taking it off for this video. For today's video, I'm going to try something a bit different. I'm going to try to keep the camera in my hand the whole time while I show you the video that I'm doing. It won't be a super edited video, it's going to be like a live video almost, so it will be like you guys are here with me. I'm going to do a review on not a review, it's more like an unboxing and my personal opinion. This is not a paid ad or endorsement or anything on this bike. It's a super cool bike. There's a few things I don't like on this bike at all, and then there's a few things that I think it's pretty cool on this bike that I will share with you guys. And yeah, let's get into this video. Alright, so before we get into this video, I just need to say this one more time. It's not a paid ad or endorsement or anything. It's just a cool bike that I'm selling inside the store, and I'm going to show you guys a few things that I really like about the bike, a few things that I really don't like about the bike. And the first thing I'm going to start off with, the price point on this bike. It's actually a very good price point until about a few days ago that all the other bike brands dropped their prices. It sells for about 45k. That's South African rand. I'm not sure what the price will be where you live. If you're watching this in the UK or whatever, the prices should sound super expensive, but it's 45,000 rand. It's a full carbon bike. It's got a dual pivot point, and the things that I do like about this bike, let me show you. Once again, on these bikes, it's a very neat looking internal cable routing they've got here, all the way through, going out here on the rear side. The nice thing about this bike, some companies say they've got a full carbon dual suspension, and then it's not. It's carbon at the front triangle, but then it's aluminium at your rear triangle. Now this is a full carbon dual suspension, which means it's got your carbon front triangle and carbon rear triangle. That's the second thing I really like on this bike. Then the other thing they did here is the Shimano brakes that they put on here. It's this very small reservoir brake with a 2-finger lever. A very cool looking bike. It's got your SRAM NX group set on here. I'm also a big fanboy of SRAM group sets. It's got very nice aluminium components, the handlebar, the stem and the seat post. That's one of the things I might have changed to carbon just to put this bike at a new level. The seat on here is in my points, I really don't like that seat, but it looks very good. It fits in with the bike very nice. It's a nice comfy saddle, but I think something a bit more sportier, a bit flatter, maybe a bit thinner would have made this bike just pop. And that's the few things I do like about this bike. So the saddle is quite alright, it's not super cool. The aluminium things on here, maybe we've gone with the carbon, but it's not bad, it's nice. And then the carbon frame on this, it's very cool. And then the NX SRAM group sets. Now we're going to move on to the few things I really don't like about this bike. Alright, the first thing for me when I'm looking at a bike, especially when I purchase it and especially when I'm selling it. If I purchase a bike, or if I'm going to buy my first bike or a bike, I usually look at the suspension. Not because I'm funny or anything, but a name brand sells very well. Your Fox suspension, RockShox suspension, Manitail, TT Swiss, those type of things. And the guys from SR Suntour, I know they're making good suspension products. It's just you've always seen them on cheaper brands or on cheaper entry-level bikes. And for a 40k bike or 45k bike to have suspension on you from SR Suntour, I know this is a good product, it's a very good product. It's just not one of the easiest things to sell to someone. And at a 45k price point, if you compare this to the Specialized Epicom Carbon, they've got your brain suspension RockShox at the rear and your RockShox forks at the front, and that makes the bike just sell so much easier than to go into explaining why these things are nice and why you don't have to worry about something like this affecting your riding, etc. The second little thing I don't like on this is this little through axle here, where it goes through all the way here. It looks very bulky. I don't know if you can see it there. It looks super bulky, and I'm not the biggest fan of that. And then the other thing on this bike is the through axle on this front wheel. I don't know if you can see there. It looks like a big ass quick release they put in here. You need to push this side to be able to get it out. And it works, it's efficient, but I would have maybe just put on something that tightens with the Allen key, or just a bit more racy look, thinner. Maybe, like I said, on the Specialized you get that thing that tightens with the Allen key, and it makes the bike just look so much better. And then the last thing on this bike is, it is quite heavy. Now I thought full carbon front and rear would be a great weight on this bike, but once again I think it might be the fact that they've got this aluminium seat post, the aluminium handlebars and stem on there that just might make it a bit heavier, but it is quite heavy. So the nice thing about the bike, it is carbon front and rear. It's got your NX group set on there. Well, it's got a nice looking aluminium handlebar and stem. The seat's not too bad, but it is something I would have changed. And the things I don't like about this bike, that's my personal opinion, is the suspension on this, the SR Suntour. I think RockShox on this bike, or even Fox, would have made this bike just pop and sell so much easier. And the wheels on here is pretty good. I haven't had any issues with these wheels. But yeah, I think if these guys went and they just put on RockShox or Fox on this bike and maybe just a carbon seat post, it would have made this bike sell so much easier. And then the color on this bike, obviously super cool, super nice looking, and you can't go wrong with the orange bike. It looks like a KTM bike. So yeah guys, thanks for watching the video. Like I said, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up button. I am back in the store at times. There will still be a few videos at home. I'm getting back into the feel of the vlogging, of the videos that I upload. It feels a bit strange, but I'm pretty sure I'll get back to it. And I'm going to do some b-roll on this bike real quick, and then I'll do some motivation afterwards. Alright guys, the motivation I want to share with you today is something that comes out from deep within my heart. We are so uncertain of the times we are living in at the moment, and with this whole virus thing, that it makes us go crazy and it makes us do things that we won't really usually do. But I want to encourage you guys, find something to hold on to, something good in life, and make sure you cherish that, and make sure that is usually at the top of your priority list. If it's training, if it's cycling, if it's family, anything that keeps you happy, make sure that you do that as much as possible, as many times as possible during the day, just to make sure that you fill yourself with happiness and joy. And then obviously keep on praying, stand strong in your faith, and make sure that that part of your life, the part that fills you and the part that makes you happy, is the strongest part of this whole situation. And just remember, if that's the strongest part of your whole situation, the negativity and all those awful thoughts that we have, as will we make it and will things get better, then those things will just seem that small. So guys, be strong, stay safe, and never say never.